this morning?
I'm doing good, Mindy. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Where are you right now?
I'm in your backyard.
Stop. You're
Yeah,
supposed to say you're in Tahiti with the palm tree or
I'm in
something.
Tahiti, also known as Mindy McComb's backyard.
Well, I'm going to get the logistics out of the way and tell everybody who you are because I know who you are, but not everybody knows who you are.
All
They
right, sounds
will.
good.
They will.
Sounds good.
Um, so Michael James is a rising star in the country music scene, growing up near the beach on the South Shore of Long Island. Which, pause. Long Island, I think of city, but
You've been.
I've been now, but like I thought it was a city.
No.
It's not. It's
What was
beach
it like
vibes.
on your experience? What was it like?
On my experience, I was delightfully surprised, very quaint and cute. And then it was like beach vibes, like places to eat on the beach, like everything you would hope for from like beach town,
That's what
which
everyone.
fits you.
Yeah, that's how I grew up. You got the experience of how I grew up, basically.
I know, but people like look at you and they're like, "Oh my gosh, is he from California?" It's like, no, he's actually from Long Island. They're like, "Wait, what?" But I'm
Hold
like, "It's a
up.
beach
What?
too." Okay, keep going. His love for country music was sparked when he attended a Kenny Chesney concert with his father at age 13. Let's go, Kenny! Shout out, Kenny.
Okay. Pause. Mindy got me a Kenny Chesney t-shirt from the thrift store the other day. I wore it to both my writing sessions, and
You
I
should
wrote
have
like the
worn it
two best
today.
songs I've written in a while. It's in the hamper.
We should have worn it today. From that moment on, Michael knew that country music was his true calling. Soon after, his athletic background playing football and basketball came to an end due to multiple concussions. Pause explains a lot. Just kidding.
Jeez
Just kidding.
Louise.
Just kidding. Okay. However, it was country music that helped him find himself again. Determined to pursue his passion for music, Michael saved up money from part-time jobs and bought a guitar at the age of 19, teaching himself how to play through YouTube tutorials, which is amazing.
I mean, you just throw on a video and just stay consistent, and you get it.
Need to
YouTube University.
fix a car, learn guitar,
I did.
YouTube.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Anything.
Since then, Michael has opened up for country acts like LOCASH and Restless Road. His natural ability to connect with his audience is undeniable, and his music tells his own stories in a way that's relatable to everyone who listens. His love for Jesus is a significant factor that inspires him to create music that uplifts and encourages his listeners. With his unique style and strong faith, I'm going to pause. Is this weird, me talking about you in front of your face?
I thought you were going to say, pause, there's a typo.
No. I'm just like, this has got to be on your end, like I'm talking about you. Unique style and strong faith, Michael James is on his way to becoming a household name in country music. Keep your eyes on this rising star right in
This
front
guy
of us.
sounds so familiar.
I know him.
I've met him before somewhere in my life.
Somewhere. So what are you doing today?
I am going to Massachusetts and then Pennsylvania. I'm actually
Nice.
Ubering from your house to the airport.
Nice. Getting out of here.
Yeah, and then I'll be back Sunday. Quick little trip.
A weekend warrior over here.
Every weekend for the rest of my life. I love it.
Well, awesome. Well, I think that like we know how we are connected, but other people don't. So for those like listening and watching, like I want to tell the whole story of and I probably should I say how we're connected or just wait? Like suspense.
I think you should give them like what we are now, but like 3 months ago, we were basically strangers. Pastor, buyer, lobby, strangers in a
Yes.
church.
And now I have the opportunity to manage Michael James, the Michael James that I just talked about. So that is exciting.
3 months
And
ago,
we're
strangers.
friends too.
I'm in your backyard.
What in the world?
Yeah, where should we even begin with this story?
At the beginning.
That would make sense.
I think that my favorite place to start is kind of my position. I had worked at a church for years, a big church in Nashville for years, and didn't I kind of had passed Michael before, but never really knew you. I mean, didn't know you,
It was
and
just
then
oh, hello, how you doing? And then
yeah, like
into church.
hey, yeah, um, and then you guys had a fun idea, so you could pick up there.
Yeah, so me and my friend Justin, who's killer songwriter in this town, like a lot of hits, a lot of them.
The
We
most.
had this idea one day at breakfast, and we're like, why don't we just start a tailgate for church? Like we tailgate for football and all these sporting events. Why don't we just do it for church? We could bring people together, build a new community, and we could grill out, have some burgers, some hot dogs. So we brought the idea to Mindy because that's the person that's making the yes or no decision. And she kind of sat us down. We ran through it, and the tailgate was born.
It was born, and that kind of kept going. And I feel like I kind of knew you guys, you know, just through that a little bit, but I don't think that we had really talked very much at that point, other than logistics for that event every week.
Yeah, no, it was just you became the point of contact for that, and I was like, all right, I need to come pick up your credit card so I can go buy some food. It's church's credit card,
We
not
didn't
yours.
do that, but if we did,
I would, all right. I didn't.
hypothetically,
Hypothetically speaking, I forgot I can't say that. Cut, cut. Ready? So basically, I would just. So basically, Mindy was the point of contact, and she was the lady that we talk about getting food with and just like set up and all that stuff, and like who's going to be helping, volunteers, and all that stuff. And so,
what
motorcycle.
was that?
That's a motorcycle. Probably one of your neighbors.
Just vibing on a Thursday.
Yeah. Is it Thursday already? And so, yeah, Mindy was just the person we would talk to every week, and it was just nothing more than that.
Yeah. So that usually happened on Sundays. And what I loved about tailgate, the idea of the tailgate, it was just like a place for people to come and walk in if you want, but don't if you don't want to. And I loved that. And I think that one Sunday was like I woke up and all that I thought I was leading a trip to the Dominican and had never been there.
For people that don't know what that means, like what is leading a trip to the Dominican?
Okay, so you get like a team together to go, and it was kind of like a vision trip, which means like you go to kind of catch the vision of what a nonprofit is doing in another country. So I was leading a trip of whoever signed up, and we can recruit to it, or like people come organically to those teams. And so I was leading this trip to the Dominican, and I woke up one Sunday morning and I remember just having this thought. There was a guy going on the trip named Aaron. Shout out Aaron Perry.
Oh boy.
Shout out. In school right now. Um, and he had like the same hair as you and just like, I don't know, similar vibes or whatever. And I just woke up one morning and just had a thought like, Michael needs to meet Aaron, is like what my thought was when I woke up that morning. But like fast forward into that day, I was like, the way it came out of my mouth to you, I think was like,
You
hey,
you point at me. You're like,
hey,
come here. I was like, I don't know what I did, but I'm in trouble.
is that really what you thought?
Yeah, exactly. That, like honestly, that's what I thought. Because my mom used to point at me like that, and I'm like, I did something wrong. I don't even know what I did.
No.
And then I got to where you're standing. You're like, I feel like you're supposed to come on this Dominican trip. And
Yeah, that's like how it came out.
I was like, all right, like I guess if I'm supposed to go, if that's what God wants. And I was at a place in my life of just like, still am, but like God, if that's what you want, all right. I have $0 to even pay for this, so can you provide for it? And then you prayed over me like right then. I was like, God, can you provide all the dollars for him? Which the crazy part was like the day before that, my friend just like randomly donated me $1,100 for whatever reason before I ever knew about this trip. And then when that happened, I was like, all right, that's what that money is for. God was just working before I even knew.
That's what was really crazy. I remember saying, "Hey, I think you're supposed to go on this trip." And you were like, "I think I am too." And you told me what had happened the day before, which was totally sketch. Like the way that you told the story of how your friend gave you money was sketch
Well, the
a
story's
little bit.
sketch.
Huh?
It was a sketch story. It's how it happened is sketch, but it was like God. It was
Yes.
cool. It was a cool sketch.
Yes. Someone essentially, for those listening, someone handed him a bag and it had money in it. And it was not expected. Right?
$1,100 of
Yeah.
in a garbage bag wrapped up.
Yes. Totally normal. So we knew for sure, I feel like there was like you were supposed to go, but I remember money came kind of quick after that, didn't it?
Yeah, just I just started sharing the story of what God was doing, and then people wanted to be a part of it and just started giving me money. I was like, oh, one girl like woke up with the word missions on her heart, and when I told her that story, she just happened to have $100 on her that she said God told her to carry for the day. She's like,
Mm,
oh, I know I have this, and then someone else donated, and then my other friend donated like another $1,000. So it was cool to see how God used all these people's yeses to fund an even bigger yes.
mhm,
Not a bigger yes, but just a yes.
mhm. I think what's crazy is that like you were fully funded for a trip you didn't even know about in like 3 to 5 days. It's so crazy.
Yeah.
And my only question to you was like, "Do you have a passport?"
Hmm.
That's so funny.
And in the middle of all that, I got my gallbladder out.
Yeah, that happened too.
Yeah.
Man, what a time.
Yeah.
So, fast forward, we go to the Dominican, and from my end, I think it was like pretty just clear to me that that there was just a connection just in personality and faith and value and you know what I mean, just fun. We just had fun. I
Hmm.
remember we were like the core like late night stayer uppers and then like everybody would kind of come out and visit
Hmm.
and get snacks and hang and
Every night till like 3 a.m.
yeah.
Wake up at
The
8.
we knew what time it was by when the bats came out. Like, we
Yeah.
knew that it was late when the bats came out.
And then we go to sleep, and an hour later, the roosters would start crowing.
We knew we
Roosters
were
crow?
doomed.
The roosters crow? Or do they cock-a-doodle doo?
I I think that it's when the rooster crows. The noise they make is cockle-doodle-doo.
Okay.
But please go around telling people that they cockle-doodle-doo.
Okay.
Um, so it was a wild, amazing experience, I think. Do you have
Hmm.
anything to add to that?
Uh, I think you hit it all on the money. Like it was just a fun time where we just seemed to click, and like we quickly became such great friends after that. And it kind of just stayed connected like every single day after that, just texting or calling and checking up on each other. And then we went back into our normal lives where you were working at a church and I was working on music, going on the road. And a week after that, I actually released an album. So that was my first big project to ever put out. And I was just doing all I could to promote that album.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then, yeah, we quickly got a few months later to where we are now of just like sitting down in a coffee shop. And I was like, for some reason, I woke up and I was like, I think you're supposed to manage me.
And it's
And
really crazy on my end, just like how that kinda happened too. Just, um feeling like it was time to kind of step into yeses. Like that was like on a Saturday, I was like, oh, I need to step into the yeses that are coming. And I think shout out El Fuego. We sat on the patio of El Fuego that Sunday and you said that and said, don't answer me yet. Answer me tomorrow. And
yeah,
then,
we went to retrograde.
yep.
And it was crazy. It was I was like feeling that for like a few weeks before I even asked, but I was like, I want to remain patient. I don't know what God wants, so I just want what He wants. And then it quickly became clear, and I was like, I'm just gonna ask.
I'm just going to
you,
go for it.
you want to be my manager? And she was doing what she was doing, stepping into all the yeses at that time, and here we are in your backyard, being
Here we
managed
are.
by Mindy McCombs. Wouldn't
And
want it
honestly,
any other way.
People need to know that like that back porch is literally where we work regularly. That's like the office.
Till
Do you
like
feel
1
that way?
a.m.
Ugh, till 1 a.m. It's like the office. Um, it's crazy, but it's been so awesome to watch just as like stepping into all that. We still get the fun of like the Dominican, but we just are continuing to step into the yeses.
Yeah,
Um,
it's a cool
you know.
balance of working with each other because you very much promote like it's all right to just chill today. Like go have some fun. Go jump in the pool. Go play Scrabble at the countertop. Like we don't always need to be hustling, but when we do hustle, it's like we put the blinders on and we just go.
Do you feel like there's a question I just thought about, but do you think that within the rest that more happens just because of the position of not striving?
Yeah, I think, and this relates to just a conversation I was in last night at some event, but it was like we work and we plant the seed, and then God takes it and grows it and gets it ready for the harvest. And so basically, our work is just a seed going in the ground, and then all we could do is just wait for the result.
Do you think that's a lack of worker ambition, or you think that um, they work in tandem?
I think they work in tandem. I think a healthy work-play balance is needed.
Yeah. And I love what I heard this morning about ambition being a hammer.
Yeah, this is what I heard last night too by
Yeah.
Pastor Jason Cruz down in Franklin, Tennessee. He said, ambition is neither holy nor unholy. It's like a hammer. You could either use it to hurt someone or you could use it to build something,
Mm,
aka God's kingdom.
mm. And your part in that would be obviously country music. That's something that you're doing and pursuing. What do you feel like? What's going on with that right now? Where you going? What you doing?
Country music has taken a wild turn from my perspective because all around the same time, I met a bunch of guys and myself. We all felt a call to just make country music, but like righteous country music and more about Jesus and almost be rebels like Waylon and Willie and Johnny Cash were, but in a different sense of just like, we're just going to be warriors for Jesus in this genre and just bring a light to it and all the darkness that it is. So that's where it's at right now of just
Mm,
making music that points towards Jesus.
I love that. And what's
Yeah.
coming up?
A lot of music, writing every day, booking more and more shows every day, and just right now we just released an album, so we're still promoting that album. Good news! Shout out the album. Good news. It's got 10 songs.
Where can people find it?
You can find it anywhere you stream music: Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, literally wherever. It's everywhere. And yeah, 10 songs I got to be a part of co-writing, and then I just fell in love with the songwriting aspect of music, which took a while for me to fall in love with. I never used to enjoy it, but now I love being a writer on every song. It's just the creativeness is amazing. So I just love being a part of that. So songs on the way.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, from my seat, and everyone that will go to these shows that you have, like, will know that the way that you are here in this space is exactly who you are up there, and you kick it up a notch because you're very entertaining. But um, that is the coolest thing that I can say is that the the version of Michael James that you're getting right now is the version that you're going to see when you go see him playing stadium. So um, keep it up. Excited to see where you're going.
Thank you.
Can
Me
I
too.
come?
Yeah, I guess you can come.
I guess I could come.
Fine, you can come.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, enjoy going to
Massachusetts
Massachusetts today
and
and
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
And then back home Sunday.
Yes. Thank you for all that you do.
Thank you for all that you do.
It's
And
going to
letting
be a
me
good
sit in your
year.
backyard next to this palm tree. It's a
You
vibe.
should have said you were at a resort.
I am. I'm at the McCombs establishment in Tahiti.
in Tahiti. It's just another house. I mean, it's whatever.
It's like just another one.
All
So
right.
yeah, stadiums. See you there.
Have a good day.